Today we're going to sunny Spain to make one of my favorite summery dishes, vegetable paella. This is just one of those dishes that I love to make during the height of the vegetable season in the summer when the tomatoes are ripe and the zucchini are coming in. And it's a great potluck dish. It's one of those things you can make a large quantity of. This is a great dish to make outdoors over an open fire so that the fire can get under the entire flat pan, no matter how large your paella pan might be. So take it to the beach. I know Annie's mother does. And build a fire and take your paella pan and make the paella of your life right there. Or make it at home, but share it with your friends and family. I guarantee you it'll become a favorite summer dish. All right, we're gonna start out by actually sauteing the vegetables to get them a little brown before we start on everything else. So I've got an eggplant. You can use any vegetables you like. It is the height of summer, so I've got some eggplant here. And you can go ahead and salt these if you want or not. If you use Italian eggplants or Japanese eggplants, the ones that are a little bit smaller, you generally do not have to salt, and they're not very, very bitter. I'm going to be a little lazy today and just rely on high heat to cook these and not actually salt them. I have some zucchini here. These are going to be sauteed first and then mixed back into the paella at the very, very end. I've got some oyster mushrooms here. And if you want to cook these separately and turn them into something that's like scallops, you can do that too. I have a vegan fish sauce that I use. After I saute these, I sprinkle them with a fish sauce, mimic that sort of scallop flavor. I've got some oyster mushrooms here. Some of these fatter ones I like to cut in half. And the others, I just let them be. And I have sugar snap peas. Well, you know what? I think I might have some asparagus lying around here too. So I like a variety of vegetables in my paella. All right, we're gonna start sauteing these vegetables over here in my paella pan. Don't ask me why I happen to have a lot of paella pans. I don't know why I have a lot of stuff, because you never know how many people I might have to cook for. So I've got the ones for 2 people. I've got a giant one here, and this one is great. Annie was just talking about how her mom cooks this at the beach. And this is a great thing to cook outdoors on an open fire, because what you're looking for is not burnt, but you want a crispy crust on the bottom. You want that rice to get nice and crispy. And so that's something you can do on an open fire. All right, so but we're just gonna make about this much. Should I do the big one? No, I think, okay, I probably have done way too many vegetables for this. So I'm gonna put some olive oil in here. And we're going to saute some vegetables until they're browned. And then we're going to remove them and then start cooking the onions, the sofrito, and then the rice. The eggplant especially, I want to let it kind of linger for a minute so we don't have tough eggplant. And you want to keep your heat high so they brown, they scorch. You want them to sort of brown on the outside, and then we're going to remove them and we're going to add them back in later. So don't stir the entire time, just let them sit so that they brown. This is definitely a great campfire dish. All right, I've got some color on my vegetables, so I'm going to take them out now, and we're going to add them back in later. But this will have caramelized them. They'll be much more flavorful than if I just add them directly into the broth. You can do that too, I've done that, but it just tastes better if you do this, if you take the extra time. And now we're going to saute the sofrito. All right, we're going to start cooking the sofrito. Get some more olive oil in the pan. It heats up really fast because it's a thin pan. I'm going to get my onions, garlic, diced red bell pepper. That's probably enough for this size pan. I'm going to add some smoked paprika. I brought this back from Budapest last year. And that smoked paprika is going to give just a hint of lovely smokiness to this, combined with the saffron that we're going to add in a minute too. I can smell it already. It smells so good. I have this beautiful heirloom tomato that I got. It's a little too early for tomatoes in my garden, but I did get this from a local market. So I'm going to dice this, and we're going to add this to the paella as well. Okay, I'm going to add the tomatoes. Now you can also add the rice right here and toast it if you like. Now let's talk about rice for a minute. Bomba rice is a traditional paella rice. It's also sold as paella rice. Sort of hard to come by, whereas arborio rice from Italy, arborio rice, is readily available. So that's what we're using today. What's the difference? The Italian rices for risotto, like arborio, tend to be a little starchier, which means that they release more starch into the liquid, and they can make the risotto more creamy. And so, but you know, if that's what you have, that's what you have. And that's what I have, so that's what I'm using. All right, I'm gonna add some saffron. Nice big pinch of saffron. Some people put the saffron in some water ahead of time to make it bloom. I honestly haven't found a difference. So this is what we're doing. All right, now we're gonna add the rice. About 1.5 cups, I think, for this pan. That is exactly 1.5 cups, just so you know. So I've got the smoked paprika, I've got the saffron in here. And the last thing I'm gonna add is some broth and a little bit of wine. And once I add that, I am not going to stir it at all. I'm just gonna let it sit here because I want the bottom to cook and be nice and brown. So I'm adding some broth to cover the rice, a little bit of red wine, which is not traditional, but it is really nice. So get that in there, and I'm gonna cover this, and we're gonna start cooking this. I think what I'll do is just use this giant paella pan as the cover. There we go. I'm gonna turn the heat down a little bit so it doesn't burn it, but I don't want it low. I want it at least sort of medium high. And we're just gonna let this simmer for about 15 minutes or so, and then we're gonna add the vegetables to it, and then let it go for another 5 minutes. Hopefully I'm gonna get that nice crispy crust on the bottom. That'll be brown, but not black. All right, it is looking good. Now this is time to add. I'm gonna add a little bit more broth, and I'm gonna now add the vegetables on top. Spread that out. I can smell the saffron, I can smell the smoked paprika. Oh boy, this smells so good. That's nice and crispy, crispy bottom, crispy bottom. Turn this off and just let it sit for a minute. Let's take a look, shall we? That looks absolutely stunning. Okay, I can smell it. I can smell the saffron. I can smell the smoked paprika. And I can smell those little crunchy brown bits on the bottom of the rice. Let's just see whether or not I've gotten that nice. Oh yes, I've got it. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's a little crispy on the bottom. And let's give this a try. It's hot. The rice is perfectly cooked. I can taste the saffron. I can taste the smoked paprika. It's absolutely delicious. Well, I'll see you in sunny California, maybe, with an ode to Spain. Happy summer, everyone. See you again on The Vegan Good Life with Miyoko. And please be sure to like and subscribe.